So Hayley Jacqueline, your fans want to know more about you and your entire Shades project. Where are you from?
I'm from South London. I was there until 22 years of age. Then I left for the San Francisco Bay Area of California. I was there for 20 years before coming here, and I've been in Ecuador now for almost 4 years.
Tell us some of your past musical experiences.
From a very young age, I started singing to the ether and singing to the stars. I was writing poetry and writing songs. I had my first introduction to music with other people, aged around 14, with my mate from South London, Nawala, and we got into a reggae band, which was super, super fun, and I was hooked. Before that, it was just me by myself, and so it really gave me my first taste of collaborating with other people. That was super, super fun. Before that, I didn't really know any musicians. None of my family were musicians, so there really wasn't any exposure or support. You know, as a little girl, I remember when I was singing being told, "Who killed the cat?" Or, or you know, "Stop that racket."
When you were a little girl, who inspired you? Was there like a rock star?
I'm a child of the 80s and the 90s, and so it was Whitney Houston, Stevie Wonder, James Brown. I remember just watching, you know, those guys, and of course there were many others in awe, and just wanting to do what they were doing. And then when I was 22, I left for the San Francisco Bay Area of California, and that's where I really got started. I met a bunch of musicians. It's like, oh my God, this is so cool. People are actually doing this for a living. And so that was very, very inspiring. My husband, he got his degrees in music. He's an incredibly talented composer. I worked with him along with a guy called Marty Batista. He was my first musician friend, and he has performed with Bob Marley's band, the Wailers, and super great musician. So I had my first real solid jams with them, and I just loved it. So after jamming with them, I was inspired. I looked on Craigslist and looked to see if there were any openings in any bands. And there happened to be an opening in a 15-piece disco band in San Francisco. They hadn't had an opening in 5 years, and they played the best, biggest venues in the San Francisco Bay Area for sold-out crowds. Well, I hadn't sung in front of anyone before, other than the musicians that I'd met in San Francisco and that reggae band. I went with the idea, fake it till you make it, fake it till you make it, and I went for the audition. I nearly fainted. I went home crying because I thought I sucked so badly, and found out later I got the job. Wow. So it was a miracle. I think that I got the job because the queen bee of that band was also from England, so she, thank God, Nat Rock took a liking to me, and I got into the band. They gave me one rehearsal to learn 16 songs back up. We had a couple songs lead, and also choreographed dance moves. One rehearsal. My first gig was at a famous venue called the Great American Music Hall in San Francisco. It's this beautiful old establishment, and it was insane. It was a packed out house. I was literally faking it the entire time, thrown in the deep end. But I got through it. I had my husband and a friend in the audience, and they apparently were looking at each other saying, "It's a miracle," you know, because I'd had one rehearsal. So that was my first gig. It's been an incredible journey. I've been in Super Booty for about 7 years. Played the Fillmore, a place called the Cow Palace in California, which is a massive venue. Santa Cruz, Vegas, we played some major events, and along the way I did a few original projects as well. So I've had a real colourful journey up until now. It's been a lot of fun.
Tell us a little bit more about those individual projects, personal projects.
First original project that I was in was a band called Einstone with some awesome musicians. But they wanted to do things differently. They would not allow a song in 4/4. So it was an original odd-metered pop band, and up until that point I still hadn't had any training. So again, it was all going by feel and just doing it. It's very hard to write a song in 7 or 11 if you've had no experience, but I did it, and we actually wrote some really cool songs. We played out a bit. I had a lot of fun doing it, and that was a great challenge to have to write in these odd meters and very mathematical. It was a lot of fun.
Did you meet anyone in that band that helped you a little bit with what you were learning?
I think, well, just the experience of having to write in these odd meters was a great help for my writing. It opened up doors. So now, whilst I'm not going to avoid writing in 4/4, there's a reason why most songs are in 4/4, because it's a great meter to write to. But now I can write in any meter that I want. And the guys were great musicians.
So speaking of studying, did you study with anyone to, say, apprentice or music coaching?
I was pretty committed to music being a huge part of my journey. I sought out lessons with an awesome voice coach from California. His name is Raz Kennedy, and he is absolutely superb. He knows the voice inside and out. He's an incredible teacher. So I got to study with him some, as well as some other awesome teachers. And I studied at the Berkeley Jazz School, where I took lessons with Laurie Antonioli. It was awesome. I loved studying over there. And I was really lucky to be given a scholarship. A lot of great training with great teachers. I still to this day sometimes remember lessons that I've had and it's like, oh, that's what they meant. I mean, they stay with you. The voice, there's a lot to learn when studying the voice, and yeah, it helped me enormously.
So on a slightly different subject, what inspires you the most?
I have a burning passion inside me when it comes to music in general. I don't know why. I don't know why it's there. It's always been there, and it just drives me to sing. It drives me to make music. As far as the stories, the lyrical content, you know, love, of course, is the #1 inspiration, and that comes out in many different ways. I'm lucky I've had a very full life. I've had a nice mix, I guess, of trauma and triumph, sadness and happiness.
I notice when you sing, sometimes you just get right into this sort of energy and rhythm in your body.
Sometimes it literally feels like I am tapping into something so sacred, which is probably why I want to keep going back there, because in sound, in music, in the sweet vibrations of music, there is a place of complete ecstasy, and it can be as high as any other high, I believe, that can be had from whether it's meditation, yoga, ecstatic dance, sexual relations. It is definitely, you reach that point from music, and it's a gift from the universe that I'm very thankful to be able to tap into.
So you're currently living in Cuenca, Ecuador now?
I am. Never thought I would see this happening, but there's an energy here in Cuenca, Ecuador. A lot of people say that they think it's like certain places in the US were maybe in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. There's a vibrancy here, there's an aliveness with the music that I've found here. It's just such an awesome melting pot of influences. We've got the influences from Ecuador, the US, of course mine from London, and there are a lot of Colombians here, Argentinians, Europeans, and so there's this awesome mix of energies and styles that I found here. I love Cuenca. It's awesome.
So what are you working on now, and if you are working with any Ecuadorians, what would the difference be?
So the project that I'm working on at the moment is called Shades. I'm so excited about it.
So how did this Shades project come about? How did it start?
It came about through a jam. I love to jam. It's one of my favorite things in the world to do. And I was introduced to the members of what's now the Shades Project through some other musicians. And we just jammed, and it was just magical. And it's just like, you know, when you make any one connection with people and you just feel, it just feels good. Well, when you have a jam and you have that connection with all of the musicians, we're talking 5 people, we're all feeling that energy as being magical. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing, and it's hard to find. So it came about really organically. And after the first jam, we knew that we wanted to start a project and develop some songs. So that's how it came about, very organically.
The name Shades, that's such a cool name. Where did this name Shades come from, and what does it mean to you?
Louis Chiriboga came up with that name. He's the keyboardist. And as soon as he said it, I just loved it. So for us, Shades, it talks about different shades, different colors, different flavors. We're from different parts of the world, so we have those different flavors, and it's about bringing those shades together.
What genre of music are you making with Shades?
It's a mix of pop, reggae, funk, ambient electronica, lovers rock, soft reggae. It's really a mix, and we just allow whatever comes out to come out. We don't go in with a preconceived notion for a song. So far, what naturally comes out feels so good to us. We just allow it to come out. And so as far as the song, we have a couple of beautiful love songs that I love to sing. We have a couple of funky, sexy songs. We have one ambient electronica song that's really quite political and inspirational. It's almost like a call to the people, but in a very soft and loving way. And we have one song about Ecuador. It's called Ecuador, and I'm paying homage to this new home that I found, and it's an awesome song. I love singing it.
So who writes these songs?
We all are a part of the songwriting process, and we all essentially write our parts for the song. I write my melodies and my lyrics and the stories, and each musician writes their own piece, so it's really a collaboration.
And what are your plans for Shades?
We're shooting for the stars. We're excited. We're about to start performing, and we're about to start raising the funds to make our first full-length original album, as well as one professional music video.
So what are your long-term goals and your ultimate direction for Shades?
We absolutely love to do a world tour, really be in a position where we can commit ourselves fully to this project. And hopefully after this first album, we'll be in a position to where we can really focus on the Shades project, and this will be the project that we're spending time on. So we'll be constantly writing new material, looking to perform.
Where would you most like to perform, you know, that ultimate venue?
Oh, the ultimate venue? I'd like to get back to London. I really started my musical journey with force after leaving London, and so I'd like to, it's been a while, I've been gone for a while, I'd like to get back there with my music and go sing for my South London mates and my family back home.
Now, is there a special couple of venues in London that really stand out for you?
I'll take anywhere in London.
What do you do outside of music that contributes to your musicality?
Well, I think every aspect of my life in a way does contribute to my musicality, because I'm constantly finding about the experiences I have in my day-to-day life with all of the people that I love in my life.
And who's that?
My family. I have 3 beautiful babies, 2 of them older babies now, 1 literally a baby. I have a wonderful, wonderful guy in my life that I call husband. And yeah, I'm very, very blessed. So all of the experiences, the people in my life, And I like to have fun. I get out into nature. Nature is huge. Being out with nature, I feel like it talks to me. I love to dance, and anyone that's, you know, in touch with nature, that loves to do meditation, yoga, this type of thing, ecstatic dance. We have these divine, it's like the universe talks to us, feeds us. That feeds my inspiration, just being with nature.
Do you happen to have any fuzzy friends around that might inspire you in some ways?
Fuzzy friends, oh I do, I'm an animal lover.
Well,
I have 6 dogs and 3 cats in my life, so I have a lot of love around me.
so what is your ultimate dream life?
To be a full-time musician, that's what I'm working towards. I want to commit myself to music. And I see that coming very soon with the release of this album and with all the energy and love that we're pouring into it. I feel like that's coming soon. And when I am afforded time to be able to commit to music, which is such a massive passion of mine, I just look forward to writing great songs. I want to share my love with the world. I have so much inside me that's just bursting to come out. I want to write songs about love, inspiration. I'm going to get political sometimes. I want to share it with the world. I'm ready.
Sounds like an amazing dream, and you're already beginning to fulfill this. So good for you, and congratulations on getting your Shades project together.
Thank you.
It's just really exciting. I wish you the very best.
Thank you.